We are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas Earle. I'm joined here by my brother Tim. And yes, we are an hour early today because we have a full baseball slate. Yes. And then we get some football as well for the preseason week number 2. So we have plenty of stuff to go over for today. So we still do have a recap from yesterday. And yesterday could have gone better. Luckily for me, Counter-Strike made my my day profitable. Overall, yesterday, I'm trying to track what I had and what won and what lost. But overall, our best bet was a loser with the Tampa Bay Rays. Trying to see what else it was. I went 1, 2, 3, 5 and 1 overall in baseball yesterday. Got losses from the over in Detroit and Toronto. Tampa Bay was a loser. Milwaukee first 5-run line and St. Louis first 5-run line. Against Washington and Pittsburgh didn't cash. The first 5 under in Colorado and Arizona was my other loser as well. I pushed on Philadelphia and San Diego. First 5 under 5. That was 3-2 at the end of 5 innings. I did get wins from the Braves' first 5-run line, the Reds' first 5-run line, and the Dodgers' first 5-run line. So basically what you're going to look to try to do is back these elite teams in elite form, and they'll get you wins like the Dodgers, like the Braves, like the Yankees, and stuff like that, which, hint, hint, that's where we're looking today, or at least I am. So, and then yesterday in football, kind of frustrating day. I lost my Washington football team played by a hook, the 4.5. They won 17-13, and that over didn't even come close to cashing. Mahomes did not look that good in the first half, and it's just a very frustrating loss there as we continue to struggle in the preseason. And honestly, I hate the preseason. I really do. I'm ready for the regular season where we know everybody's actually playing and we don't have to deal with, oh, this guy's only playing half of the thing. Oh, this guy stubbed his toe in practice. He's not playing anymore. I'm tired of all that stuff. So I'm ready for the regular season to start. This today and I think tomorrow there's a couple football games as well. But then week 3, we're not touching it at all because no starters start in week 3 and we're not messing with practice squad players and players that are getting cut. So with that being said, overall yesterday could have been better. I did finish up, I think, a unit and a half or something like that because of Counter-Strike. So overall, I can't complain. I made money yesterday, but wish it was a little bit better.
Yesterday didn't happen. All right, let's move on.
Okay.
No, I have to go over it. Look at the NFL first. I had Arizona. I had the under. I had the over. I had the Washington football team minus 5.5. 0-3 in football. Then go over to baseball. I had the over in the Atlanta game, loser. I had the over in the Detroit game, loser. I had the Rays as our best bet, loser. I had Seattle, loser. Milwaukee run line, loser. Cardinals run line, loser. Under in the Arizona game, loser. In the bottom of the freaking 8th with 2 outs. So frustrating. And San Francisco Giants, loser. Anything I bet yesterday that was not Counter-Strike was a loser. All right, let's go on.
All right, and then we can kick off the slate then here where we have
Broncos today.
I don't hate them. Do not hate them at all. We'll kick it off here. We have the New York Yankees hosting the Minnesota Twins in this one. Minus 220 for the Yankees are on plus 200 run back on these Minnesota Twins. A total of 8 runs in this game. Kenta Maeda, Garrett Cole, the pitching matchup for this one. Where are you looking to kick off today's slates?
We're going to start off by going over the total in this one. I know Garrett Cole is pitching, but I still feel like an 8 is way too low. Yankees have been hitting a lot better lately. I do think the Twins can get a little bit of runs off of this Yankee team, even with Garrett Cole on the mound. Honestly, I think that the Yankees could probably do it by themselves today. I really like this over. Unfortunately, I got it at a 9, and it's dropped down to an 8, so I kind of missed the line movement on it. Not really a big deal, But yeah, I like this one to go over the total today.
Yeah, looking at this matchup for me here, Kenta Maeda is 6-4 with a 4.41 ERA, a 1.30 WHIP, 102 innings pitched, 108 strikeouts, and 31 walks. On the other side, Garrett Cole 11-6 with a 3.04 ERA, 0.97 WHIP, and 136 innings pitched, 185 strikeouts, and 29 walks. And like I was saying earlier in the original, or like in the intro of all this, we look to back elite teams in elite form in August and September. And the Yankees definitely check both those boxes right now. They are an elite team. They are in elite form. Just looking at the Yankees here, 38-25 at home, good. 48-32 versus right-handed pitching. They've won 9 of their last 10 games. They've won 8 in a row. They're going to try to take the first 3 games of this series, and they've been absolutely dominating this series. This is a pretty simple play for me here. I'm going with the Yankees. First 5 minus the half a run, and it is a minus 145. No problem laying that line with this team right now. I had this game priced around 175, and basically what I'm doing with my pricing for games is during August and September, I'm really looking at first 5 run lines as a first 5 money line. That's the way I'm handicapping these first 5 run lines. And I'm seeing nice value here on the New York Yankees in this one. I'm going with them first 5 innings minus the half a run at minus 145. They should absolutely take care of business here. They have the lineup advantage. They have the starting pitching advantage. And they're just the overall better team playing really good baseball right now.
Yeah, sounds good. Let's get some runs in that game. We'll go on to the next one.
Yeah, we'll move on here. The Chicago White Sox are at the Tampa Bay Rays. It's a minus 130, minus 135 for the Rays, around plus 125 run back on these White Sox with a total of 9 in this game. Dallas Keuchel, Luis Patino, your pitching matchup for this one here. Dallas Keuchel this season 8-6 with a 4.48 ERA, a 1.33 WHIP, and 130 2/3 innings pitched, 79 strikeouts, and 44 walks. On the other side here, Luis Patino is 2-3 with a 4.73 ERA, a 1.31 WHIP, and 45 2/3 innings pitched, 48 strikeouts, and 20 walks. And looking at this game here, we get a Rays team that is very, very good at home. Yes, I understand they lost yesterday. They came back yesterday with that game yesterday. Once again, Rays are a very good home team, 39-23. They're 27-21 versus left-handed pitching. They have won 6 of their last 10 games. They are playing decent baseball, and this is a team that 100% is super scrappy, and I can definitely see them making another run deep into October. Where I'm going for this game, I'm taking them first 5 on the run line here. You're looking to back elite teams during August, and I classify this Tampa Bay team as elite. So Tampa Bay first 5 minus half a run at even money here in this game.
Yeah, I passed on this game. Once again, we had the Rays last night. Almost worked out. Almost could have gotten a win yesterday, but I didn't bet this game. If anything, it's probably a lean towards Tampa Bay, but I'd rather get them at plus money. I feel like Dallas Keuchel has the slight pitching advantage in this one. Luis Patino he's been all right this year, 2-3 with a 4.73 ERA. Keuchel 8-6 with a 4.48. Yeah, if anything, it's a lean towards Tampa Bay in this one, but I personally pass on this game.
Fair enough. We'll move on to the next one here, where we have the Kansas City Royals and the Chicago Cubs in this matchup. The Cubs are a minus 120, minus 115, minus 120, plus 110-ish for the Royals in this game. Chris Bubik and Thompson, the pitching matchup for this one, a total of 9.5 in this one. Are you looking at getting involved in this one?
No, I'm not. I did look at this one a little bit. Last night when the line opened up, we saw this game on our book close to a pick'em. Minus 106 for Chicago, minus 104 for Kansas City. A lot of money's coming on the Chicago Cubbies, and I cannot figure out why. If anything in this game, it's a lean towards Kansas City. At least Kansas City's not 2-8 in their last 10 games like the Cubbies are, and they actually have a semi-major league lineup. But no, I really can't go after this one either. It's just not a spot I want to get to.
Yeah, I'm on the same page with this one here. Looking at the pitching matchup, Chris Bubik is 3-6 with a 5.09 ERA, 1.53 WHIP, and 86 2/3 innings pitched, 73 strikeouts, and 44 walks. Thompson is 3-2 with a 2.21 ERA, a 1.28 WHIP, and 40 2/3 innings pitched, 43 strikeouts, and 22 walks. And as you see scrolling on the bottom there, I have 1-800-GAMBLER because this is a game I'm staying 10.5 feet away from at least. I got to keep my 6 feet social distancing with this game and the Chicago Cubs if I'm not going to fade them. And the Kansas City Royals, just because you're a bad team playing a bad team doesn't mean you're all of a sudden a good team that I want to back. So I'm going to pass on this one here. I clicked on the wrong one. There we go. I want to pass on this game. I have no interest in this game whatsoever.
Yep, nothing. How about this one?
We have the Detroit Tigers and the Toronto Blue Jays. This will have our best bet.
Does it actually? No,
this is our best. Yeah, this is our best bet.
Wow, do I not know? Yeah, it is. Never
mind. This is our best bet over on Picks and Parleys. Thank you very much.
I don't know what I was thinking. You know what?
Yep.
Shut up.
It's all good. You guys can check that out in the link in the description of the video down below. By the way, air and water show this weekend in Chicago. Okay.
Is that like a plane show or something?
I have no idea. Next, we have the New York Mets at the LA Dodgers in this game. We're getting Rich Hill and Max Scherzer, the pitching matchup in this game. The Dodgers here are a minus 253, plus 226 run back here on the New York Mets, a total of 9 in this game. And are you getting involved on this one?
No. LA's going for the sweep. Mets are pretty much done. They're 6 games back at this point. And you're only going to get an Atlanta Braves team that gets hotter and hotter and hotter throughout the rest of the regular season. So this one I can only imagine will be a blowout. Am I betting it? No. If anything, maybe a lean towards the under, but that's juiced. I'm not laying a minus 251 on the Dodgers right now. Run line's at a minus 134. Not going against Max Scherzer. He's been pitching solid lately against Rich Hill, who has been meh. So now this one's a pass for me, and it would be a lean towards the under.
Yeah, looking at this matchup here, Rich Hill is 0-0 with the New York Mets overall this season. He's 6-4 with a 4.08 ERA, a 1.21 WHIP. He has 117 innings pitched, 105 strikeouts, and 43 walks. 24 appearances, 117 innings pitched. You know exactly what you're getting from Rich Hill. You're getting 5 and fly. On the other side, Max Scherzer is 10-4 with a 2.69 ERA, 0.9 WHIP, 127 and a third innings pitched, 170 strikeouts, and 31 walks. And I said it in the beginning here, and I'm going to keep backing that ideology. Yeah, I can't speak this morning now.
That's fine.
It's okay. We're starting an hour early. My brain's still not 100% functioning yet, apparently.
Yep.
No, but I'm going to continue to back the elite teams in 100% elite form, and that is the New York Mets. I'm just kidding. That is the Los Angeles Dodgers in this game. The Dodgers, here we go, 41-20 at home. They have won 8 games in a row, 9 of their last 10. And some of these games they've won, they've thrown rookie bullpen pitchers out in starting rotations. They don't care, this Dodgers team. They're going to just go and say, we can beat you with anyone we put out there because our lineup is completely stacked. And they're right. Yeah, I like the Dodgers in this matchup here. I'm laying a little bit of chalk at minus 165 for that first 5 run line. But backing elite team in elite form in August, this definitely checks both those boxes as well. This Dodgers team is just going to be A-okay. Don't worry about it. We stressed about the Dodgers midway through the season like we kind of stressed about the Tampa Bay Lightning, and look what they did. So absolutely no stress about this Dodgers team whatsoever. I'm taking them here first 5 minus half a run at minus 165. They should absolutely trample Rich Hill and the New York Mets the way they've been playing. The Mets are one of those teams where they're definitely not in elite form. They've lost 7 of their last 10 games. They're in danger of being almost swept again by the Dodgers. This would be 3 in a row. After losing 3 in Citi Field against the Dodgers, they can potentially get 4 games swept tomorrow. And this Mets team's done. They should just look at Syndergaard, look at DeGrom, look at Lindor, just say, get healthy for next year. We'll try to compete next year because this is not their year. And the Mets are not good this year. So I'm going with the Dodgers here in the first 5-run line at minus 165. That's where I'm targeting for this game.
Sounds good. Move on to the next game.
Yeah, we're looking at the Milwaukee Brewers hosting the Washington Nationals in this game. Eric Lauer, Paulo Espino, the pitching matchup for this one. The Brewers are a minus 215 for this game. We're getting around plus 200 for these Nationals. A total of 9 in this game. Paulo Espino 3-4 with a 4.16 ERA, a 1.19 WHIP, 71 in the third innings pitched, 52 strikeouts and 14 walks. On the other side, Eric Lauer's 4-4, a 3.44 ERA, a 1.21 WHIP, 73 in the third innings pitched, 73 strikeouts and 26 walks. And he's been a little bit of an underrated pitcher here, Eric Lauer, on this team, being overshadowed even by guys obviously like Woodruff, Burns, and Peralta, and then also guys like Anderson and Hauser. This Milwaukee team's pitching staff for starting pitchers is deep, and he's going to be a great bullpen piece when it comes to them making their World Series run this year. So I'm leaning towards the Brewers in this spot. I just didn't see enough value to get to it per se, but I'm leaning Brewers in this game. It's Brewers or nothing in this spot. They're an elite team and borderline elite form. They have won 7 of their last 10 games. They have lost back-to-back games, though. So I kind of pumped the brakes here on these Milwaukee Brewers just for today. If they win, I might be back on them tomorrow, but I would lean that way.
Yeah, for this one, it's got to be a lean towards Milwaukee. Lauer, as you said, he's been decently solid this year. 4-4, 3.44 ERA, average 5th starter role as he should be. And on the other side, you get Paulo Espino, he's been all right for this Nationals team, 3-4 at the 4.16. Yeah, it's got to be a lean towards the Milwaukee Brewers run line or nothing. I'm not laying a minus 217. Maybe if you wanted to lean a little bit towards the over in this game, both teams trending a little bit towards the over lately. But I didn't get to this one. I'll have a play in the next game, but nothing for this one.
Fair enough. Then we'll move on to the next game then. We are looking at the San Francisco Giants and the Oakland Athletics in this game. Minus 104, minus 106 pick 'em in this game. Total of 8 in this one. Kevin Gausman, Sean Manaea, the pitching matchup. You said you're looking at something in this game. What are you looking at?
Holy crap, I got a really bad line on the Giants. I'm going with the Giants today. I got them at like 117 or something. And now they're a dog at this point. Small, pick 'em dog, but I just really like Gausman over Manaea. I know Gausman hasn't really been pitching all that well as of late, but this San Francisco Giants team has been really solid lately. 7 out of their last 10 against a Oakland team that's been about 500 the past month. And San Francisco is the spot that I want to get to on this one. Actually, you're getting them on a lot better of a line now. So maybe if you wait a little bit longer, you might be able to get them at plus money maybe. But I'm going with the San Francisco Giants today.
Yeah. 1 second. Good morning, you beautiful stallions. Let's have a day. Yeah, let's have a day.
Let's do that, yeah.
Yeah, looking at the pitching matchup here, Kevin Gausman's 12-5 with a 2.40 ERA, 0.98 WHIP, and 142 in the third innings pitched, 169 strikeouts and 45 walks. On the other side, Sean Manaea, 8-8, a 3.77 ERA, a 1.25 WHIP, 133 and 2/3 innings pitched, 148 strikeouts and 33 walks. And I feel like Sean Manaea is the definition of a wild card. He'll go and get you 6-7 good innings of 1 to 2 runs or no runs, one start, just to go 3-4 innings and give you 4 runs the next start. He is, I think, a definite hit or miss pitcher. And looking at this game, I stayed off of this. I would be leaning towards that Giants side. They have dropped back-to-back games, but this is an elite team, almost basically an elite form for this one. But I'm leaning Giants in this spot, but I just did not get to San Fran in this spot. I would look towards their first 5 run line. You can get that at plus 120. So that's a nice little plus money spot if you're looking to back the Giants in this one. But I'm staying off this game in general. Lean towards the Giants. No action for this one.
Sounds good. We're going to keep running through all these games because we do have a complete NFL slate or 10-game NFL slate to go over after this. So we're just going to keep running through the games.
Yeah, we have the LA Angels taking on the Cleveland Indians in this one. Minus 125 for the Indians, plus 115 for the Angels. A total of 9 in this game. Reed Detmers takes on Tristan McKenzie. Detmers 1-2 with a 7.04 ERA, a 1.43 WHIP, 15 1/3 innings pitched, 13 strikeouts and 6 walks. On the other side, Tristan McKenzie, he had a pretty decent start his last start. He's now 2-5 with a 5.12 ERA, a 1.21 WHIP, 84 1/3 innings pitched, 99 strikeouts and 46 walks. And if I'm not mistaken, Tristan McKenzie brought a perfect game to the 8th inning in his last start.
7 2/3. Sure.
7 2/3. Yeah. Looking at this game, once again, it's a leaning towards the Indians, leaning towards the home favorite in this one. But this is just another one that I just never pulled the trigger on. You can look at them first 5 innings. I do like them more for full game. Indians are a team I like more full game than I do first 5. First 5 run line is a plus 105. Full game run line plus 145. You can definitely talk me into that one there, where I think that this Indians team could take care of business here. And they do have the much better bullpen. So if it's a close game at the end of 5, they are going to have that nice bullpen advantage. Reed Detmers is not that great of a pitcher. So it'd be a lean towards Cleveland in that run line. No action on this one, though.
Yeah, I didn't bet this one either. I'm not really a big fan of this baseball card. I had the first game of the day. We have our best bet. I had the San Francisco Giants game, and then I have the 4 last games of the slate. Other than that, I don't really have much from the slate. McKenzie had a good start his last time out. I think it would be all right to maybe fade him because I know we like to fade people who get no hitters. He had a perfect game through almost 8 innings. So maybe look at that. But I have nothing in this game. I didn't bet it. Maybe I look towards the under, but I got nothing in this one.
That's fair. We'll move on here to the next game. We have the Seattle Mariners at the Houston Astros in this one. Minus 140 for the Astros, around plus 130 for these Mariners. A total of 9 in this one. Logan Gilbert, Jake Odorizzi, the pitching match for this one. And we can obviously hit Jake Odorizzi's fastball. That's just a joke we have to bring up every single time he pitches. Looking at the pitching matchup, though, Logan Gilbert's 5-4 with a 4.42 ERA, a 1.13 WHIP, 77 1/3 innings pitched, 87 strikeouts, and 18 walks. On the other side, Jake Odorizzi, 5-6, a 4.74 ERA, 1.24 WHIP, and 74 innings pitched, 62 strikeouts, and 25 walks. And looking at this matchup here, we're going to stick with our theme of elite teams in this game for me. And there's a reason why this Houston Astros team, I believe, is still the favorites to win the American League at plus 250, and they are the biggest favorites other than the Dodgers to win the World Series at plus 575. There's still a reason they're that big of a they're that ranked up high. They are 100% an elite team, and they're starting to get their mojo back the last few games. They're coming into this game now on a 2-game winning streak. They lead the league with 5.36 runs per game, which is number 1 in the MLB. And now we're getting plus money on them. First 5 minus half a run. So what did I get on them? I got him minus 110. Wow. You can get the Houston Astros here, first 5, minus half a run at plus 105. And I really like that line here. I said yesterday it was a Houston or nothing spot for me in that game. I just never pulled the trigger, and they absolutely blew out the Mariners. I'm pulling the trigger today. I'm taking the Houston Astros here in the first 5 innings. You can get at plus 105 now. I really like this line.
For me, it would be a lean more towards Seattle. And the big reason, 2 words why. Jake or Rizzi.
Yes.
Jake or Rizzi. That's the main reason why. In his last couple of starts, 4 runs in 5 innings. He had 1 good game against Colorado, no runs in 5 innings. 6 runs in 3 innings, 3 runs in 5 innings, 3 runs in 4 innings. He's letting up runs. And Seattle can hit. And then you get Logan Gilbert on the other side, who is the number 2 most profitable pitcher in the league, only behind Chris Flexen. And Chris Flexen's got himself a little bit of a lead now, almost 2 units. But I really want to quickly mention this. We have a new name in the top 5 for pitcher profit rankings, and that is Matt Moore. He is number 4. Just figure I'd bring that one up. But Gilbert number 2 in terms of pitcher profit ranking. If anything, for me, it's Seattle, but I didn't get around to betting this one.
Fair enough. And Francisco asks, are the White Sox an elite team? Yes. I have a list here of 7 elite teams and then 1 team that's a borderline elite team if they can continue playing the way they're playing. White Sox, Rays, Yankees, Brewers, Giants, Dodgers, Astros. The borderline elite team is the Braves. If they continue playing the way they're playing, the way I expect them to play, they can be an elite team as well. So those are my 8 teams that I'm really saying are elite, and I could probably come out with a list of teams that are fades. But yes, I was answering his question. Elite team. Yes, the White Sox are an elite team.
When a 6-run league cannot be considered late. I mean, I understand that. I trust me. I had Seattle last night, so it wasn't pretty. And I actually have a little bit of a futures bet on Seattle to win the division that I made a couple days ago. So hopefully Seattle can win. But if anything, it's Seattle, but it's only because Jake Odorizzi is pitching today. We'll go ahead and move on to this one, Nick.
Yeah, we're looking at the Miami Marlins here at the Cincinnati Reds in this one. The Reds are a minus 200 in this game. It's around, I'm looking at first 5 stat lines here. The Reds are a minus 200, around a plus 180 run back here on these Cincinnati Reds. A total of 9 in this game. We're getting Zach Thompson and Wade Miley, the pitching matchup for this one. Are you looking at getting involved on this game?
No. I won't be on this game or the next one, but this Cincinnati team is now, I want to confirm this before I say it, in a wild card spot or tied for a wild card spot. They have made it. They are now tied with the Padres. As I've been saying since All-Star break, Cincinnati is going to get a wild card spot. They're not going to get the first wild card spot. They're still 10.5 games back of the Dodgers. Not going to happen. I still think they got that wild card spot. So Cincinnati been playing really good. Wade Miley, been a very solid pitcher for him. On the other side, we get the Miami Marlins. Zach Thompson's been all right this year. 2-5, 2.91 ERA. Last couple of starts, 1 earned run in 6 innings, 4 earned runs in 4. That was against San Diego. Give him that one. 2 runs in 3, 1 run in 3, 3 runs in 6. Once again, also against San Diego. So he's been pitching solid lately. But it would be Reds or nothing in this game. Reds they're going to be a playoff team, and I think they could be possibly a dangerous team in the playoffs if they get past the Dodgers. So Cincinnati or nothing, but as the lines stay, run line looks kind of nice, but I'm going to be passing on this game.
Yeah, for me, the Reds, I will consider the Reds a good team. I will not consider them an elite team, but I would consider them a good team. The only thing keeping them off of that elite bullpen is their bullpen. This is definitely not a team where I'm trusting them in the playoffs. They are a one and done in the wild card game at best. This Reds team. It's a nice step up. It's a nice step up from what they were last year. Or no, they made the playoffs last year. It's a nice step up to what they were the previous couple of years. But they're a good team. They're not competing with the Dodgers or the Giants, whoever's in that wild card spot. They're not competing with anyone in the playoffs. So, no. They're not an elite team. I'll probably come out with I might do this. I might type it up on a community post for ESB here, where I will type up my tier list of elite teams, our good teams, our bad teams, and our garbage or like our dumpster fire teams. And I'll come up with like tiers like that, and I'll let you guys know where I place each of these teams. And then you guys can tell me I'm wrong or right. So, looking at this game here, I did not know what the pitching matchup was until about 10 minutes before we went live. So I did no research on this game. I have no play on this game. Looking at the pitching matchup, though, Zach Thompson is 2-5 with a 2.19 ERA, a 2.91 ERA, a 1.12 WHIP, 52 2/3 innings pitched, 48 strikeouts, and 20 walks. On the other side, Wade Miley is 10-4 with a 2.84 ERA and a 1.21 WHIP. 133 innings pitched this year, 104 strikeouts, and 42 walks. He's had a nice little career resurgence in Cincinnati after looking like crap in Houston. I think this is a much better place for him, and he's a very unique pitcher. If you're a batter against Wade Miley, you need to step out or something like that, because this guy will throw the ball, get the ball back, and be ready to throw 3 seconds later. And he's one of the fastest moving pitchers in baseball. But looking at this game, I'm staying off of this one. I lean towards the Reds, lean towards that Reds first 5 run line. You can get the Reds because once again, I do not trust this Reds bullpen. Minus 132 in the first 5 innings for the first 5 run line. I don't hate that line. But no action on this one.
Sounds good. We'll go ahead and move on to this one.
Yes, we have the Atlanta Braves at the Baltimore Orioles in this one. The new worst team in baseball. How about that? Drew Smyly taking on good old Matt Harvey in this one. A minus 170 for the Braves to plus 155 for the Orioles. A total of 10.5 in this game. And I'm on the Braves in this game, but I don't feel great about it with this line. I don't know. I feel like this line should be wider. Way, way wider. Drew Smyly 8-3 with a 4.50 ERA, a 1.38 WHIP, 106 innings pitched, 96 strikeouts, and 38 walks. On the other side, Matt Harvey 6-12 with a 6.25 ERA, a 1.55 WHIP, 108 innings pitched, 84 strikeouts, and 30 walks. And I believe Matt Harvey has done the last couple of starts we expected him to do after looking really, really good for a couple of starts. He's gone back to down to Matt Harvey form that we've come to know in this season of 2021. I'm on the Braves here, first 5, minus a half a run. Once again, backing an elite team versus one that I will consider a dumpster fire. This is a really, really bad. I know. Breaking news. This what do you call it? This Orioles team sucks. Breaking news. No, but looking at just the way that this team has been playing, the Orioles, they've lost 16 straight games. And they're going up against an Atlanta Braves team who is in elite form. They are an elite team in elite form. This is and in those 16 games, they have yet to cover a plus 1.5 run line in any of them. So this Orioles team sucks to a point where you can't even bet them plus 1.5. And that really puzzles me why they put the Orioles at plus 157 for this game.
Matt Harvey.
Really? Matt Harvey? Guy's trash.
That's all I got. I mean, he has.
Other than you saying Drew Smyly's not great.
He's really not.
I mean, but I would have probably laid minus 200 on Drew Smyly in this game. Like, this is a bad Orioles team, and I'm going to bet against them probably every single game the rest of the season. This is an Orioles team that might lose 110 games. So, I'm going with the Atlanta Braves here. First 5, minus 1.5 or minus a half at minus 130. I want to say it is minus 130.
First five.
I know I'm clicking it here. Minus 125. Whoa, this line's moved the other way. So yeah, I'm on the Braves in this game. Elite team in elite form versus a really, really bad team. So that's where I'm looking at for this game.
Yeah, this will be the last game that I pass on. It's got to be a lean towards the over or nothing in this one. Matt Harvey is finally starting to get tagged up again. He allowed 5 runs in his last start in 4 2/3 innings, 3 runs in his previous start in 5 innings. He's starting to let up runs again, and I don't see it stopping. Baltimore has, as we mentioned, has lost 17 straight games. Can they get to that big 2-0? I think they can get to at least 20 losses, if not more, in a row, because they get Atlanta for 2 more, which could be 17 and 18. Then they get the Angels, 19, 20, 21 maybe. And they go back to Tampa. Then they play Toronto again. Then they play the Yankees again. I'll say the next time they get a win maybe is in that Kansas City series in between September 6th and 9th. But this Baltimore team is bad. They're real bad. I'm passing on this game. Lean towards the over. Lean towards, I guess, Atlanta on the run line. But no bet in this one.
Yeah, fair enough. We'll move on to the next game here. We have the Texas Rangers at the Boston Red Sox in this game. A minus 320 for the Red Sox. That's actually gone down to minus 310-ish. And we get around a plus 275 run back on these Texas Rangers in this game. Jordan Lyles, Eduardo Rodriguez, the pitching matchup for this one. Are you looking at getting involved in this game?
Yep, I have plays on the last 4 games of the slate. And this one I'm going to be taking over. You're getting 2 pitchers who have not pitched well this year with Jordan Lyles and Eduardo Rodriguez that allow runs. This Boston bullpen has been struggling. And I'm just seeing a higher scoring game in this one. It's a 9.5, correct? 9.5 and minus 115. I just like the over in this one. I think that you're going to get some runs against two poor pitching staffs right now. Bullpens that are struggling. And I even think Texas can get a couple of runs tonight. So over the 9.5 between Texas and Boston tonight.
Yeah, looking at this matchup for me here, Jordan Lyles is 5-10 this season with a 5.55 ERA, a 1.48 WHIP, and 131 in the 3rd innings pitched, 105 strikeouts and 43 walks. On the other side, Eduardo Rodriguez, 9-6 with a 4.97 ERA, a 1.36 WHIP, 116 innings pitched, 145 strikeouts and 36 walks. And Boston's one of those teams I would classify as a good team. They are a good team. And Texas is one of those teams I would classify as a bad team. I'll probably have 4 tiers. I'm starting to write out that list now with elite, good, mediocre, and bad. Texas is going to be bad. Boston's going to be good. And I'm backing the Red Sox in this game. I'm looking at that first 5 run line. Let's see. That's still at the minus 190 that I bet it at. This Red Sox team, they have a massive pitching advantage, a massive lineup advantage, a really good home field advantage. And yes, I know Tim just looked at me like I'm crazy. This is a Red Sox team that should absolutely dominate this Texas Rangers team. And this Rangers team has lost 7 of their last 10. They've lost 4 in a row. This is a bad team in bad form. This is another spot where you're looking to fade those teams. So, yes, I'm taking the Red Sox here. First 5, minus half a run at minus 190. I think this may be the easiest capture of the day.
Oh, at a minus 190, I would sure hope so. We'll get 3 more MLB plays today. We'll go on to this game.
Yeah, talk about bad teams. We have the Pittsburgh Pirates here. They're going to be at the St. Louis Cardinals team. The St. Louis are not a bad team on my list. They are a good team on my list.
Mediocre.
I know. This will probably be one that people will disagree with. But the Cardinals here, a minus 200 or minus 190 in this game actually now, plus 176 on these Pirates. J.A. Happ, Dylan Peters, the pitching matchup for this one. A total of 9 in this game. And looking at this pitching matchup here, this will be Dylan Peters' second start, I want to say. He did go 4 2/3 in his first start. He is 0-1 with a 1.93 ERA, 1.71 WHIP, 4 and 2/3 innings pitched, 3 strikeouts, 3 walks. On the other side, J.A. Happ, overall this year, and then I'm going to go into his St. Louis stats, 7 and 6 with a 6.03 ERA, a 1.50 whip, 115 innings pitched, 88 strikeouts, and 36 walks. But since coming to St. Louis, 2-0 with a 1.62 ERA, a .96 whip, and 16 2/3 innings pitched. He struck out 11 batters and walked 5. J.A. Happ has been a lot better since coming to St. Louis, and it's not even particularly close. He's probably really happy to get out of Minnesota, and if they can get this type of performance from J.A. Happ, this Cardinals team is a contender to take that wild card spot away from St. Louis or Cincinnati.
Yeah, the Cardinals are going to take it away from St. Louis.
Yeah.
That's how it's going to work.
They're only 3.5 games behind Cincinnati. Keep that in mind as well. So Cincinnati can easily slip up. They don't have a good bullpen, so that can help them lose some games. But I do like the St. Louis Cardinals in this spot. A good team fading a bad team, and this is definitely a spot where we can definitely do that. You can get the first 5 line here on the St. Louis Cardinals. First 5 run line is a -140. I totally see value in that one. This is a game where I know they lost yesterday to the same Pirates team, but they should take care of business in this one. They do have a pitching advantage, believe it or not, with J.A. Happ over Dylan Peters, and they have just the home field advantage where the Pittsburgh Pirates are a whopping 19 and 44 on the road. So this is a bad team. We're going to fade the bad team here with Pittsburgh, and we're going to go St. Louis first 5 -0.5 a run here.
Yeah. Real quick with this, with that St. Louis and Cincinnati race, I think we'll be able to know by the end of this month, beginning of next month, because Cincinnati and St. Louis play against each other August 30th, 31st, and September 1st. By the end of that series, we'll know who's going to make it out, and it'll be Cincinnati. But I do like the under in this game. I already put that up. Pittsburgh has not hit. And I don't think they hit today against J.A. Happ, which I think it was just a change of scenery or something for him and John Lester. Both of them are now pitching quite solid in their new home in St. Louis. And I think Happ has another solid appearance today. I think that St. Louis struggles on offense. I think this one goes under the 9. So that's where I'm going, and this one is under.
We'll look at the next matchup. Looking at Arizona at the Colorado Rockies here. We have the Rockies. These are the first 5 lines. Once again, -135 for the Rockies, +125 for the Diamondbacks in this one. Zach Gallen takes on Kyle Freeland in this matchup here. Gallen is 1-7 this year with a 5.03 ERA, 1.40 whip, and 73 1/3 innings pitched, 87 strikeouts, and 34 walks. On the other side, Kyle Freeland 4-6 with a 4.40 ERA, a 1.42 whip, 77 2/3 innings pitched, 63 strikeouts, 22 walks in this matchup. And looking at this game, I'm leaning towards that Colorado side. This one's a tricky team for me. I'm kind of bouncing Colorado back and forth between a bad team and a mediocre team. And they're really 2 different teams. Because this is going to sound crazy. This is a bad team on the road. This is an elite team at home. I think Colorado, if they only played in Coors Field, I would have them right up in the elite category. Because this team, imagine if they just played equal 500 on the road, or even 5 games under 500 on the road. They're competing for a wild card spot right now. This team is so bad on the road that it's costing them a playoff spot. Like that's the plain and simple truth to this team. So I kind of want to just classify Colorado as mediocre and move on. But with the mediocre column here, I don't know if I can really rank Colorado up with the Phillies and the Mets. So that's kind of where I am with this Colorado team. I'm probably going to mark them mediocre because if they were a little bit better on the road, they wouldn't be a bad team. I'm rambling on all this for our past year, leaning towards the Rockies on the first 5 run line. I did not get involved in this game.
I think for your list, Nick, we can approve Colorado splitting into 2 teams: Colorado home, Colorado road. Colorado home, elite. Colorado road, dumpster fire. And in this one, I like the under. We get Zach Gallen. I know he hasn't pitched all that well, but he would be one of the Arizona pitchers I would be okay with trusting an under with. And then Kyle Freeland's on the other side, who also has not pitched all that well this year, but I can trust an under with. 11.5 is too high. I know that yesterday went over. It went over in the 8th inning. Really, really annoying. But I think this one goes under. I think 11.5 way too high. I think it's baked into the line. It's in Coors Field and 2 shitty teams, so we're going to go and under in this one.
Fair enough. All right, we'll move on to the last game here. And after this last game, I will read out my list because I do have my complete list written down. So we will go over my elite, good, mediocre, and bad teams here for the MLB at the moment. But we'll look at the final game here. The Philadelphia Phillies are at the San Diego Padres here. -1. There's a one swell again for his 5 lines. -145 for the Padres, +134 for the Phillies. A total of 8 in this game. Aaron Nola and Joe Musgrove, your pitching matchup for this one. Are you looking at getting involved in the last game here?
Yep, I already threw my play in the scroller down below. I like the under. Both these 2 teams heavy trending under, and I think it happens again. 7 out of the last 10 for Philly has gone under. 7 out of the last 10 for San Diego has gone under. I really like the under in this matchup. We get Aaron Nola and Joe Musgrove, 2 pitchers who have been pitching solid this year. I think we get a good pitchers duel. It ends up being like a 3-1 type game. And I would actually still favor the Philadelphia Phillies in this matchup, just on the fact that they are plus money. That is the only reason why. And San Diego has looked awful lately. So I got the under in this game, under 8, and a lean towards the Philadelphia Phillies.
Yeah, looking at this matchup here, Aaron Nola, 7-7, a 4.48 ERA, a 1.17 WHIP, 134 and 2/3 innings pitched, 163 strikeouts, and 31 walks. And I gotta say, Aaron Nola was probably one of my most disappointing pitchers of the year. I was expecting him to be top 5, potentially for a Cy Young race, the way he's pitched the last few years. And on the other side, Joe Musgrove, 8-8 with a 3.11 ERA, a 1.03 WHIP, 133 and 1/3 innings pitched, 151 strikeouts, and 35 walks. And personally, I passed on this game. I was leaning towards the first 5 under. I saw it was a 4. I don't really want to bet a 4 here between these 2 teams who do have a little bit of pop in their lineup. Even though it hasn't been hitting as of late, I can see a 3-2 game at the end of 5 innings like we saw yesterday, and the first 5 over would catch. So I'm gonna stay off this game personally. I just don't see any value on this one. Probably a lean towards Phillies, I guess. They haven't lost 8 of the last 10 and 4 in a row. But overall, no action on this one.
Sounds good. We're going to go ahead and move on over.
But first, I do want to go over my list real quick.
Go ahead.
We'll start with the elite teams: the White Sox, the Rays, the Brewers, the Dodgers, the Yankees, the Giants, the Astros, and I put the Braves in the elite teams. Those are my 8 elite teams. Now I have not as many good or mediocre teams and a crap ton of bad teams. Cincinnati, Boston, San Diego, Oakland, Seattle, St. Louis, and Toronto I will classify as good teams. A couple of these teams, they're missing a couple pieces or they're just not 100% there to be elite yet. Mediocre teams, I only have 5 in this category. I put Colorado in it just because I didn't know what to do with that team. The Angels are mediocre, along with the Indians, the Phillies, and the Mets. The Phillies, once again, it's their bullpen. The Mets, it's their injuries. With a fully healthy team, this is a decent Mets team. And then bad teams, Baltimore, Arizona, Texas, Miami, Minnesota, Washington, Kansas City, Cubs, and Tigers. Those are just bad teams.
Sounds good. we'll go ahead and move on to the NFL. And as I click onto the scroller, all my NFL plays are going to be on there.
Yep. All mine are not on there yet, so I'll just add those on as I'm going. I accidentally knocked that off of my book, so I had to grab my football book. So now that I got my football book, we can break down some football. We are starting it off here with the Chicago Bears hosting the Buffalo Bills in this matchup here. The Bears are a -4.5 favorite in this one, plus 175 the other way with these with the Buffalo Bills. A total of 38 in this game, now 37.5. And looking at this game, I don't expect Allen in this matchup. If you do see Allen, it's a drive or two at best. You're going to see a decent amount from Mitchell Trubisky, and you're going to see a decent amount from Jake Fromm. On the other side, Andy Dalton is going to be playing along with Nick Foles, and a big question mark in this game is Justin Fields. He did leave the game, he left a practice with a groin injury earlier in the week. So if he plays, it'll be very little. For me, it's a lean towards the Buffalo Bills in this game, especially if it's Trubisky playing at half against his old team. I personally stayed off of this game. I just didn't see enough to get involved with this one. I would lean towards the Bills. I'm just not getting involved.
Yeah, I did grab Buffalo, and the big thing is I like Trubisky. I like preseason Trubisky. I think he'll be solid in this one. I'm going to be a big fan of Buffalo. I was going to be a big fan of Buffalo this entire preseason. There's only 1 week left, and I'm not even going to bother with next week. Just to let you guys know, no NFL content next week for preseason. Big reason why is it's going to be all 4th and 5th string players, and we're not messing with all that stuff. It's hard enough to do football with backups and all this stuff for preseason. Adding practice squad and 4th liners and cut players after that game now. So this will be the last week we do preseason NFL. We'll be back for regular season NFL the following week. But I like Buffalo in this matchup. I like the quarterback room better in Buffalo, or Buffalo overall. And you're getting them at a price tag. I did grab Buffalo plus the 4.5 points or 4 points. So going with Buffalo in this game.
All right, we'll move on here. The New York Jets are at the Green Bay Packers in this one, and the Jets are 2.5-point favorites in this game. Plus 125 run back on these Green Bay Packers, a total of 31. And there's a reason why it's 31. We're not getting Aaron Rodgers in this game. Plain and simple. You will see Zach Wilson, though, and then a little bit of White and Morgan for the Jets. And on the other side, you'll see some Jordan Love.
Nope.
And then Jordan Love?
No Jordan Love.
I thought I read Jordan Love was available.
No, he had an MRI or something, and he's not playing today, I don't think.
Oh, wow. Okay, cool. Then that makes my play look even better here. I'm on the Jets here. I laid the minus 145 in this game. I don't want to have to sweat out a point spread at the end of the game. And I think the Jets are a better preseason team than this Green Bay team, especially now that we're not seeing Jordan Love. I read something, it may have been an article from a couple of days ago that's saying Jordan Love was going to see some action. But no, he's not going to now, apparently. So, I'm going with the New York Jets here, minus 145. This is just a spot where I don't want to have to risk them only winning by 2 points, because that stuff happens in the preseason, especially with the total this low at 31. We're expecting a closer game. So 2.5, I'm just going to take the minus 145 here with the New York Jets and go with it.
Looking at ESPN, now it says it's Jordan Love questionable. So if he's questionable, he probably will not play. And I grabbed the Jets in general, minus 2.5. If they're going to win, they're going to win. They're going to win by more than a field goal. And I just don't feel like this Green Bay quarterback room is anywhere as good as the Jets one is right now for preseason. So I like the Jets in this one, minus 2.5 points. They've already been scrolling. That's going to be my spot for this one.
Sounds good. Leonard Francisco says, any WNBA plays? I lean Minnesota. I lean Atlanta. No action on either. Not enough value on either side.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, we'll move on to the next game here. We have, let's see, The Atlanta Falcons are at the Miami Dolphins in this game. Dolphins now a 6-point favorite, plus 200 the other way with the Falcons, a total of 35.5 in this game. And for the quarterbacks here, no Matt Ryan. It's going to be A.J. McCarron and then Franks as the backup. And on the other side, Tua, Brissett, and Sennett, going to be the quarterbacks for these Dolphins. And I would look more towards the Dolphins first half than a full game, especially with that huge quarterback advantage with Tua and Brissett in the first half. I do like the Dolphins a little bit in this game. I never got around to betting them, though, and this line's moved a little bit too much for me to want to go and attack them. But I would be leaning the Dolphins in this game. They're going to be starting more starters, and you're going to see the Atlanta Falcons. They've struggled to get anything done in their first week, and I think we're going to see the same this week. I lean Dolphins. Just the line moved a little bit too much. I missed my line on that one.
Yeah, there's no way I'm lining a -6 in the preseason. I believe all the teams the last week that were 6-point favorites or higher did not.
Only one. That was only one team. Tampa Bay was the only 6-point favorite last week.
I could have sworn there was another one.
Nope.
Nope. Well, they didn't cover. I think it was like 5. Anything that was like, if you teased any underdog last week, they didn't lose. No underdog.
If you teased every under.
If you teased, I don't remember then. There was a bunch of numbers I looked at.
If you teased every under,
I passed on this
cashed.
I passed on this game. Lean towards the Dolphins. I'm not laying -6 on it. Lean towards the under just because I don't think the Falcons get anything done. But I pass on this game.
All right. Then we'll move on to the next game here. Baltimore Ravens are at the Carolina Panthers. The Ravens are now a 3.5-point favorite in this game, a -190 on that money line. Plus 165 the other way with the Carolina Panthers. The under was 14-2. That's why I'm looking more towards overs this week. We have a total of 35.5 in this game. And let me look to see here. We have, let me flip my page. There we go. Lamar Jackson's probably not going to be playing. McSorley and Hundley will be the quarterbacks on the Baltimore side. Sam Darnold, PJ Walker, Will Greer, the starting quarterbacks for these Panthers in this game. And looking at this matchup here, I'm trying to see if I had anything. I'm trying to remember if I had anything. I think I bet this game earlier in the week. No, I did not. I only bet 6 games this week, and this is not one of them. I lean towards the over in this game. I lean towards the Ravens in this game. I did not get involved. That's what it was. Of course, everybody knows that it's a 17-game or 18-game preseason winning streak for John Harbaugh. We got to tell him these games don't count because apparently he doesn't understand that. But yeah, I'll be leaning that way. I did not get involved in this game, though.
Yeah, I grabbed Baltimore. I'm going to keep riding that streak. I got them at -3. They're up to a 3.5 now. That's fine. I think they win by 10 plus today. For some reason, Harbaugh really cares about preseason, whatever that is. I don't know. Carolina, they're not going to be throwing out many of their starters. You're just going to see a standard preseason game, and I think Baltimore comes out on top. That's all. Maybe a lean towards the over in this game, just because it's 35.5, a little bit lower than I expected, but no bet on the total. I like Baltimore today.
Sounds good. Next, we will be looking at the Detroit Lions taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers 6.5-point favorites, a plus 225 run back here on these Detroit Lions. And in this matchup here, we might see a drive or two from Jared Goff. He might be playing in this game. They can start all their starters. It doesn't really matter, though. And then David Blau and Tim Boyle will be the two backups. We will see a drive or two from Big Ben Roethlisberger. And then we'll see Mason Rudolph and Dwayne Haskins as they duel it out for the backup quarterback spot in this for this team. And I like the over in this game. You're getting the over at 36.5 points. I think with the way that these Steelers quarterbacks are going to be dueling back and forth, plus how bad this Detroit defense will be most likely, you will see some points, at least for the Pittsburgh side in this one. I don't hate Pittsburgh team total over 21. as well. That could be an interesting look as for this game as well. But I'm going to be going with the over 36.5 in this game. I think we see some points in this one. I do have a couple overs this week.
Yeah, I went under in this one. And the big thing for me is I don't think the Detroit Lions score that much. Honestly, I could see Pittsburgh putting up 30 by themselves and end up winning 30-3 or something. And the under still hits. It would definitely be a lean towards Pittsburgh. I like the under in this one, though, as my favorite bet from this game. I just don't see the Detroit Lions scoring that much. I know they had a solid game last time against Buffalo, but I really don't see the Lions scoring many points today.
Mm-hmm. Well, at least that's good news on one front here. One of us is going to catch an NFL preseason play.
Yes.
So we'll move on, though. Tennessee Titans are at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This is a pick'em here with a total of 35 in this game. And I think Bruce Arians came out and said there's 0% chance you're going to see Tom Brady play a snap in this game. And you're not going to see Tannehill either. So we're going to see Woodside and Barkley for Tennessee. And we're going to see Blaine Gabbert, Ryan Griffin, and Kyle Trask for Tampa Bay. I want nothing to do with this game. These are two teams. I would probably lean maybe Tampa Bay to pick them here. I don't hate that line. I think that the quarterback room's a little bit deeper for this Tampa Bay team. I think this Tampa Bay team overall is a little bit deeper than this Tennessee team. I'm not getting involved in this game at all. I would lean Tampa Bay, but no thank you.
Yeah, this one's a pass for me as well. Lean Tampa Bay, but I'm not getting involved in it. We're not getting any starters, so maybe a lean towards the under, but going to be brief. If I'm not going to like a play, I'm not going to discuss it much. It's going to be a pass.
Fair enough. I definitely do like this next game here.
Yes.
We have the Houston Texans at the Dallas Cowboys for this matchup. Cowboys are a 3.5-point favorite, plus 155 for the Texans, a total of 36.5 in this game. No Dak Prescott still. No Deshaun Watson. But we get Tyrod Taylor and Driscoll, which may sound bad. But on the other side, you're seeing Cooper Rush, Garrett Gilbert, and Ben DiNucci. Yeah. And you're asking me to lay minus 3.5 points on Cooper Rush, Garrett Gilbert, and Ben DiNucci? No, thank you. I will take that plus money here with Houston here at plus 155. I think that's an absolute joke of a line. I think this should be more towards a pick'em in this game. I understand Houston is a bad team, but I mean, this Cowboys team is going to be awful without Dak Prescott. If they don't have Dak Prescott behind center, this team is going to struggle to move the ball down the field, and this team is going to struggle to win any games, even against a team like Houston here today. I like that plus 155 versus the Cowboys here.
Yeah, not only are you not getting Dak, they're going to keep Elliott off because if you see him, it's going to be one drive, maybe, just to get his wheels running. You're not going to really see much of Amari Cooper. You're not really going to see much of the starters.
CD,
you're going to see a bunch of backups for Dallas. Houston's going to actually play a couple of their starters, and I think that Houston's backups are a little bit deeper. They were able to take care of business against Green Bay last week. Dallas has showed me nothing to want to go and bet them. Now, this one, it's Houston or nothing for me. I grabbed Houston on the money line, 155. I like it.
Yeah, I like it too. But we'll move on to the next one here. We have 3 more NFL games to look at where we got the Colts are at the Vikings in this next matchup here. We have the Vikings as a 2-point favorite in this game. The Colts a plus 125 on the run back here. A total of 37 in this game, where we have the Colts going to have Eason, Ellinger, and Hundley. On the other side, signs point to the Vikings starters playing in this game a little bit. So we're going to see Kirk Cousins a little bit. Then we're going to see Browning and Stanley, which is not great. But I lean Vikings in this game. My play for this one, though, over 37 points. I did do a free pick video for this game last night. And I think that this is a spot where we're going to see some points in this game. These are the only 2 teams that can say this, I believe. Or this is the only game that can say this. Both teams last week played to the over. So I can see that these two teams play to another over here. Over 37 points. I unfortunately got it at 37.5. So I got a little bit worse of a line, but I can easily see 28-10 or like 23-17, something like that in this game. So I like the over 37.5 points for this game.
Yeah, this is the last game I did not bet on. If anything, it's a lean towards the Colts. They actually have. I know that the Minnesota Vikings starters are going to come out and play a little bit. That's not going to really matter that much. They'll play 1 or 2 drives, and that'll be it. I think a lot of people in preseason make the mistake of overdoing. The starters are playing. Oh my god! And they play 1 or 2 drives, and they're like, "Oh, well, it's still the first quarter, and we get backups now. All right, fine. I guess I lost that bet." When the Colts have a quarterback duel going to see who will be the starter. No, the Colts are probably going to win this game. I'd probably grab them plus 125. I did not. I passed on it, but you get a quarterback battle there, so lean towards the Colts. I passed.
Jacob Eason. And what? Sam Ehlinger? He's not a bad backup, so I can see that. That's why I like the over in this game. I think we see some points.
Yep.
We'll move on to the next game, though. We have the Las Vegas Raiders and the LA Rams in this one. Minus 6.5 here for the Raiders. Plus 230 for the Rams. A total of 34 in this game. I may be crazy, but I think anything under 37, 38 is still looking solid if you feel lucky this weekend.
Yeah, maybe.
But looking at this next game here, the Raiders, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a little bit of Derek Carr. Then Marcus Mariota and David Peterson. Nathan Peterson. Nice
Peterman.
little, huh?
Peterman.
Yeah, that's what I wrote. No, I didn't. And on the other side, well, once again, Sean McVay has basically come out and say, I don't care about preseason, which is telling me fade him. And that's exactly what I'm doing in this game. I usually don't want to lay 6.5 points in this during the preseason, but the Rams have given me a good reason to fade them and lay some points against them. I'm going with the Raiders here, minus 6.5. I did do a free pick video for this earlier in the week when it was 7. I do have a minus 7 on this game, but minus 6.5 I like even better, obviously. I lean towards the under in this game just because I don't see much offense from this Rams team, but I definitely see the Raiders taking care of business here in this game.
Yeah, I have the under in this one. That's my bet. Rams aren't going to start anybody, and that's the big thing. I don't expect any points out of the Rams. Yeah, Raiders. I think Raiders can honestly win like 28-3 or something, and just really blow them out, cover the spread, and it'd still be under. I just don't think the Rams are going to give you enough offense in order to really feel comfortable with the over. Even though it is at a 34. I like the under in this game.
Would you consider LA Rams team total under 14?
Yes, 100%.
Cool. All right, we'll move on to the last game now. I did do a free pick video on this one as well last night. The Denver Broncos are at the Seattle Seahawks. A 5-point spread for the Broncos, plus 190 run back on these Seahawks. A total of 37.5 in this game. And we're not going to see Russell Wilson. If we do, it's a drive or two. Which means we're going to get Geno Smith and McGow.
Geno Smith the GOAT! Sorry.
And then on the other side, we're getting Teddy Bridgewater, Drew Lock, and Brett Rypien. A much better quarterback room. A quarterback battle where we're going to see some quarterbacks fling the ball around here. And I think one team that's taking the preseason a little bit more serious than the other, trying to figure out a starting quarterback. I like the Broncos in this game. I'm taking a -5. I will lay the points in this one. This is a spot where the Broncos should take care of business here in Seattle. And that's just where I'm going in this one. The Broncos are the better preseason team in this matchup. They have the better quarterback room. 2 starting caliber quarterbacks playing when the Seattle Seahawks have Geno Smith. Enough said.
Yeah, and that being said, I like the under in this game. Once again, I don't expect many points from Seattle. That is the big thing. I do expect a little bit of runs, a little bit of points from Denver, but nothing crazy. I think Seattle could possibly get shut out today. And I do like the under in this one. I gave out both the unders in Total Chaos last night. These two teams are not going to Denver might score a little bit. Seattle's not going to score much. I like the under in this one.
Sounds good. But that's our entire slate here. We went through all the baseball games. We went through all the football games today. So now we're just going to be doing a recap here in a minute once Tim gets done with his housekeeping.
Yep. Before we go into the recap, if you guys are new to the channel, like, comment, subscribe, share, do all the good stuff. We appreciate all the support. Obviously, check out all the links in the description between our Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Discord, Facebook, Picks and Parleys, and Premium Plays, all linked in the description below. Speaking of Picks and Parleys, 10 o'clock, Craig, he already did his show. 11 o'clock normally is us, but obviously we started a little bit early today. We're going to be starting around 10 o'clock on Saturday, Sundays, once college football and NFL come around, because we're going to need more time. 12 o'clock will be Higgs. 1:30 will be Allie Burns and Morning Wood. No game time decision today because it's Saturday. And I don't think there's going to be any Total Chaoses for a little bit. I'm not really sure what we're for the rest of the day. I know I'm gonna have a Counter-Strike show tonight, anywhere from 8 to 9 p.m. to go over tomorrow's slate. Unfortunately, started off the day with a loss in that G2 game, but we'll see how the rest of the day goes. That game will go over tomorrow.
Yep.
Because that's a tomorrow game. But yeah, that's pretty much it. But we'll go ahead and do a recap of everything we got today. For baseball, for me, I have the Yankee game going over. I have San Francisco. I have the Boston game going over, Pittsburgh game going under, Arizona game going under, and San Diego game going under. And for the NFL, I have Buffalo +4, Jets minus the 2.5, Baltimore minus the 3.5, the under in the Detroit game, Houston on the money line +155, under in the Vegas game, and under in the Seattle game.
Yeah, we'll kick it off with baseball here first. I like the St. Louis Cardinals, the LA Dodgers, the Boston Red Sox, the Houston Astros, the New York Yankees, the Atlanta Braves, and the Tampa Bay Rays, all on first 5 run lines. Plain and simple there. And then for the NFL, I'm on the New York Jets money line. I'm on the Houston Texans money line. I'm on the overs in the Detroit-Pittsburgh game and the Indianapolis and Minnesota game. I like the Raiders minus 6.5 and the Denver Broncos -5 today.
Sounds good, but that's going to wrap it up for the stream. Nick, go ahead and finish it on out.
Yeah, that's going to just about do it for this one. We want to thank you guys, as always, for watching. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Turn on those post notifications so you guys are notified each and every time we are live here on ESB, which is either 10 or 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Earle Sports Bet Show. But that's going to just about do it for this one. My name is Nicholas Earle. I've been joined here by my brother Tim, and this has been another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. I want to thank you guys, as always, for watching, and good luck.